Zooming in on a map, a country, a state or a city is like zooming in on a life. Coming from the universal to the unique, the personal. It's 1963, and when you think of America, you first think of ambitions, the moon, the world, the heart. John and Helen will want to have other names, not just because every man in this place seems to have this name, like John Wayne, like all the strong men, and not just because Helen sounds too religious, too clean, and too traditional. It's March 1963, United States, but it could also be Europe.
What you gonna do? The strange sound coming when it's coming cease for more coming through. Helen, baby. Strange sound coming. What you gonna do? The strange sound coming when it's coming cease for more coming through. Helen, baby, you cannot call it. You cannot call it. The strange sound coming.
Beginning of something. That's what it feels like for John and Helen, who came to the West Coast a few weeks ago, rather escaping than looking for a new direction, both struggling to make it right, both for themselves and for the other one. Being married is what seemed to be a good idea in their hometown, but leaving the Midwest behind was the first real step, because nobody does things like that. That's what John's dad said, and his mom wouldn't even dare to think about.
We see runs, we see golden swings. We see future, we see fashion sense. We see everything that summer brings. But we're never gonna see the fence that put carpet strings.
So the next step is to uncertainty. It's still America, still the 1960s. With all the new options, but also still set in once glorious ideas. Not only going to university, but staying there a little longer than any other girl was like first walking on the moon for Hell, like a whole industrial revolution carried by her, on her very own shoulders. Now, having done that, the West Coast might be an option. For John, it's his own adventure, job-wise, cultural, political, personal, still growing up, in 5 lives at the same time it feels. For someone who knows that he's not looking down to hell, or looking up, just sailing the same boat, through tough times sometimes. But there they are, not willing to cut the boat in two.
I know you're not, but all the stupid things I got. I know you're not, but all the stupid things I got are carpet strings. Even what is more than sins. We see numbers and what they bring. This is Jonah, she is everything, but nothing that a life could bring.
John's brother calls him his hero, sending letters from home with some money stolen from his dad's wallet. Who might know or not? It's as always, there's no word clearing the table.
I know you're not, but all the stupid things I got. I know you're hurt, but all the stupid things I got. Pulling carpet strings.
No word, no need for communication it seems. Just those letters from John's brother, who could also call by phone, but never does. how strong you need to be, understanding that Dad is only half as tough as he thinks he is, or as he pretends to be. I tell you that because your last letter was full of uncertainty. I want to make you sure you can concentrate on your own uncertainties. Mom and Dad are okay. The shop is too. I'm there twice a week when university has finished. Did we ever thought that uncertainty can lead to better? Maybe. And maybe this is also a thing about maturity and growing up. 2 words you seem to love. At least I heard them 20 times a week from your mouth. I miss you. Say hi to Helen. Stay strong. Don't lose sight and don't stop trying. Your brother from afar.
To convince yourself tonight, you walk out to the wild to feel what once was right.
Someone aiming to the moon, the times are tough. Helen loves to strive, and John is a rocket to everybody who keeps her from that. Even the songs of Sam Cooke he loves to sing are full of what sometimes makes a woman feel small. Like crooning, "How I wish I had some chicks." Like telling someone to sit somewhere else just because of the color of skin.
The flames are crossing times, flying wild to be a piece of time. And I might stand alone, 'cause you've been home or shown.
We're all in a bubble, some smaller, some bigger, John thinks. And John still thinks he has a lot to learn. And even more, his country has a lot to learn. A lot more. It all feels like a rush, a run, a stream, equality, an acoustic guitar, a voice like a knife, cutting through, a songbook, a wife. What's that life? And where's that voice when finding your own?
And I've been here tonight, fussing wasn't mine. So loud when flying, to convince yourself tonight, you walk out to the wild to feel it once is
It's 2020 now, but it's still America, or it could be Europe, with John remembering his dad while sitting at the beach. Still the West, still Helen, and a few peaceful fighters too, as he calls their kids.
Innocence are on your side. Grow out of this life. Somewhere in this coastal pride, fly around tonight. If oxygen can roast a piece, it also keeps alive. So keep me in your daily prayer when I keep you denied.
It's a short story of a life, of America, but it could be anywhere. Of aiming, finding, struggling and doing your best. Sometimes failing, most of the times bringing balance to everything. And while zooming out on a couple, a country and life, it's still music, sounds and scents and people you remember most. When you think of the things you did, you should have done, or better had left out.
Looking back, self-control, results that challenge life. Well, I control a piece of me. Well, I can act politely. You know, you rely on that orchestra.